Hi everybody, it's Justin here from TalentVine, and we thought we'd get together with the two guys with the best hair in Brisbane, one of which is cut off currently. There you go, that's better. Guys, I'm here with Sean from Law Squared. Sean, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Sure. So I'm a lawyer with Law Squared. I'm helping with expanding our Brisbane operation. We work solely with startups and entrepreneurs. The core focus of our business is assisting startups with their operations from setup through to sale and all the little bits and pieces in between. I prefer working in capital transactions, so I do a lot of the capital raising work, which is exciting because that's the big growth phase for most startups. And
Absolutely.
yeah, we've been around for 2 years. We've got offices in Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane, and pretty happy to be based out of Riverside Labs with guys like you running around.
Mate, well, it goes without saying, we certainly love you guys being around, you a lot of help. That's the reason why we've got you in here as well, because I know it's that new year, new me type stage of the year. A lot of people have to kind of get all the housekeeping in order. One of the big things, obviously, that happens at this time of the year is there's a lot of startups out there that have interns working with them, ourselves included. It can be quite a sticky area as well. So I know you guys helped us out with this a couple of weeks ago as well. How do we not end up getting sued when we've got interns working with us?
Look, I mean, first and foremost, an internship is about education. So we always talk a lot about getting a schedule put in place with the interns so that you understand what they're hoping to achieve, they understand what you want to achieve. You can step out the program over the 3 months that they might be with you and just move them around the business, give them experience within a whole bunch of modules, a whole bunch of different roles within the business, because ideally you want to avoid them doing work that you would normally pay an employee to do. There is grey area around the definition of an intern, but we're seeing more and more interns making claims to fair work because they've found themselves doing 20 hours of work a week in the same sort of role, and it's the kind of work that someone should be getting paid for. So it might be social media, it might be marketing roles, it might be providing content. You need to touch base with them on a regular basis throughout that period so that they feel valued, so they feel like they're getting an education and they're getting an insight into the industry, not just one element of your business that you're trying to save costs on and not employing someone to sort of do.
Yeah, okay. And that's so true, like that aspect that you said of saving costs, and that's what, you got these lean startups, that's what they do, right? They try and get the most out of interns without you having to pay anything, and that's the reality. I mean, are there kind of time frames, or how long can you actually have an intern working with you until they become like that contractor?
Yeah, look, it's still pretty ethereal. Most of the standard sort of intern programs that we see sit around 3 months. If you're going past that, you want to be careful. You want to probably get some advice around how you're dealing with that intern and whether or not they should actually be moved on to some sort of casual employment arrangement. Obviously there comes costs, but the cost of paying someone as a casual rather than the outcome of a fair work claim is probably going to be much cheaper. You also don't want to get a reputation of taking advantage of people. You can certainly talk to universities and talk to them about their intern programs, because if that's part of their coursework, then that's going to give you some sort of leniency around the fair work side of it, because then you're dealing with someone who's coming through a university program as opposed to just a young hungry person off the street who wants to learn the ins and outs of your business.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Just a few kind of quick tips, I think, just to make sure that they've got everything in order with the interns. So obviously contracts, clear contracts.
Yeah, clear contracts, things that look at your confidentiality within your business. There might be some intellectual property involved, where they're creating work for you, or they're creating some kind of content for you that you might want to take advantage of and have ownership over. Making sure that they understand, if you need to have insurance that covers them, and just making it really clear that if they're unhappy, that they need to come and talk to you, and that they can leave really whenever they want, so that they're not felt like they're bound like an employee.
Yeah, cool. All right, perfect. And while it's the new year, getting everything in order, looking at more the experienced hires and team members that we have as well. A couple of things to make sure that business owners have got right at the start of the year as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go through and do a spring clean on your employment relationships, whether it's contractors or employees.
Yeah.
Having a look and see if you've promoted some staff throughout the last year and you haven't updated their contracts. If you're giving out employment equity, are you looking at vesting schedules? Are you making sure that you're on time with everything? Have your accountant come in and have a look at any sort of employment equity you've talked about or you've issued, to make sure that you stay within any sort of startup concessions that you get with the ATO. Also, just be really aware of sham contracting. It's something that we're talking a lot about at the moment, which is when you've got an employee a contractor who is actually more like an employee and therefore should be getting superannuation, should be getting leave entitlements and sick pay and holiday and things like that.
Yeah.
And if they're a contractor that's been with you for a long time and they're no longer in a standard contractor relationship, maybe they should be moved across to be an employee. So make sure you get a good sort of solid look at those contracts and make sure that you're reviewing them, 3, 6, 12 months out and really talk to a professional if you're unsure.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, thanks for those tips.
Cool. No worries, my pleasure.
Should be a good year. Nice to see you.
You too.
See you, mate.
Cheers.